Okay. Yesterday we have completed till the stomach. So when the food enters stomach will expand. Okay, and it will take the food, and then it will release three liquids: three water, HCl, hydrochloric acid, and again what will release? Hydrochloric acid again. Head node. HCl and other. What does it release? Epsin and mucus. Okay. Next. So after the food has completed its work on stomach, it will move further to itself. ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ ನದೆ. ಓಕೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗು ಹೋಗೋದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಈ ಸೈಡ್ ಗೋ ದಿಸ್ ಸೈಡ್. Okay. Next, it will move to small intestine. So food completed its work here. Now it's moving towards small intestine. Here, when it joins food here small intestine will join. Okay. So now the food is entering in the small intestine. Read from here. You know what?
Small intestine is the site of complete digestion.
Self joro, is it visible to everyone? Self par gana deta. Okay. So it is a site of complete digestion. So almost 170-75% of the digestion happens in small intestine. Okay. So what is its work? We'll understand now. Read.
It produces bile juice and bile.
So as it enters here we have liver. Okay, here we have liver. So in liver, what will happen means it produces bile juice and bile salt. It produces bile juice. So this is a 1 mark question, fixed question. What does liver produce? It produces bile juice. So it's money liver getting some people have liver problems. So for them, the main problem is the bile juice will not be releasing. If bile juice is not releasing, the food doesn't get water. Pachanangla correctly digested well. Okay. So liver's work is to produce bile juice and bile salt. Liver yaka barino ಅಂತ. Okay, so liver produces bile juice and bile salt. Further read.
Bile juice. It makes the food alkaline.
One second. ಇದು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. Okay, now you read. 1 second. Say liver produces bile juice and bile salt. Okay. So what is the meaning of alkaline? Here alkaline is written. What is the meaning of alkaline? Anybody knows it? Alkaline. Okay, see here, whatever food we eat, it has three types of properties. One, it will become acidic. Okay. You have further chapter acids, bases and salts. Either the food can become acidic. Okay, where does the food become acidic? When it joins with HCl, hydrochloric acid. When it joins with hydrochloric acid, it will become acidic. Second is, when it joins with the bile juice, it will make it alkaline. Alkaline means it will make it base. Base andre ಏನಂತ regulate ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. Base examples are soda. Your soda pudi is base. That is a base food. If you take soda pudi, it's a base. Okay. And if you take acidic food, example lemon. If you consume lemon is an acidic food. Lemon is acidic food. So if you consume too much lemon, your body will become acidic. Okay. And if you consume soda, it is base. And if you consume NaCl, sodium chloride, it is salt. Like this, different foods are there. And in our body, it's also producing acid bases. Our body is also capable of producing these acids and bases. hydrochloric acid in stomach. When the food enters stomach, here HCl is produced, hydrochloric acid. So whatever food I have eaten, it has become acidic here. And when it enters small intestine, their liver is present. Liver gives bile juice, and bile juice has base. Bile juice has base. So bile juice is producing base for the food whatever has entered. So acid plus base is equal to salt plus water. This will come in the next chapter. Now you might understand, you might not understand, but when you complete acid, bases and salts and you read this topic, you will understand more. Okay? So ek bare asha malin mal tilkori sak. So when it enters here, now it has become properly correct set proportion ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Getting if base irla and proportion ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ. That's the work of bile juice. Okay, next. That's the meaning of alkaline. Alkaline means it will make it the food, it will make it as base. Get it? Okay, next. Bile salt.
Bile makes the large
Fat globules.
This is called as
Emulsification. Now, whatever these new words are coming, this meaning you should understand. Emulsification means, see here, break the large fat globules. Now, the food that is entering is in the large complex manner. Sikkapatte food enter ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. The food should be broken down. See, the food is entering like this. E type enter ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. Now, ಇದು ಪಚನ easy ಐತಿ. Is it easy to digest? No. So what this will do? What bile salt will do means it will break them. Its work is this. It will break them. So that is the work of bile salt. Break the large fat globules. Break the large fat globules. These are the large fat globules. This is called as emulsification. This process from breaking this large fat globules to the okay. Any doubts? Any doubts still here? Any doubts? So bile juice makes the food alkaline. Okay, it makes it into base, and bile salt breaks the large fat globules into small globules, which will help for the water digestion. And this process is called as emulsification. Breaking of those large fat globules into small. This process is called as emulsification. Any doubts? Okay, further, next. So, you might have heard of this word, gallbladder. How does it gallbladder? So, the work of the gallbladder is, it stores the bile juice and salt. So, whatever this bile juice and salt is coming outside, no? The storage of these things is happening in gallbladder. Really? Gallbladder. Next, pancreas. You have heard this also word? Pancreas. Okay, pancreas. So pancreas contain trypsin and lipase. They contain trypsin and lipase. Trypsin break down protein into amino acids. Here second time breaking of protein is happening. First time protein gets broken down to stomach. In Helena. Okay, second time when it enters large intestine, here again the pancreas is doing the work by trypsin. It breaks down protein into amino acids. And next we have lipase. It breaks down emulsified fat, again fat, oily things, getting tel, getting. So whatever fatty things we eat, it's broken down by lipase. So lipase breaks down emulsified fat. Emulsified means in those fat globules, it will break that into smaller things. So that's the work of lipase. Fatty acid and glycerol. It breaks down and ಮುಂದುಗಡೆ digest ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ easy ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. Any doubts? Any doubts? So in small intestine we have these things. Varies. ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗ್ ತಲೆಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಹೆಂಗ್ PPT ಹೊಂಟೈತಲ್ಲ, like this only it should be in your head. If you go by textbook method, it will not help. So this PPT I will send it to in the WhatsApp group. ಇದು ಹೆಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ತಿಳಿತಾ? ಇದನ್ನ ನೆನಪಿರ್ಬೇಕು. So once the food enters into small intestine, once the food enters into the small intestine, here complete digestion will take place. Almost all the digestion is took in small intestine, not in stomach. Okay, remember that. Here first we have liver. Liver produces bile juice and bile salt. Most important. First fixed question. Bile juice antu 1 mark fixed question. Yada question ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ. Liver produces bile juice and bile salt. So bile juice work is it makes the food alkaline. Alkaline ಅಂದ್ರೆ basic ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. Bile salt its work is to what the fat globules. it breaks the large flat globules, and this process is called as emulsification. That is the work of bile salt. It's done by liver. And next, gallbladder. Gallbladder stores its bile juice and bile salt. Whatever bile juice, bile salt I'm saying, it's stored in where? It's stored in gallbladder. Easy. And last, pancreas contains trypsin and lipase. Trypsin, lipase. Trypsin breaks down protein into amino acids. Okay. And lipase breaks down emulsified fat to glycerol, fat and glycerol. Getting? Any doubts? Okay. So pancreas has what? Trypsin and lipase. And gallbladder has bile juice and bile salt. Okay. And liver has bile juice and bile salt. ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಫುಲ್ ತೆಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸಿಯರ್. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗೈತೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ನಾವು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಲೆಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಎನಿ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್? ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಡೌಟ್ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ವರ್ಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಮಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಎನಿ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್? ಫುಲ್ okay. Liver, what it does, it means first the food enters into small intestine. After small intestine we come to liver. Liver produces bile juice and bile salt. One type juice and vichara ಮಾಡಿ bile juice. That juice comes and mixes with the food. ಆ ಫುಡ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಭಾಳ ಸುಖ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಸೊ bile juice will come and it will come in contact with the food. So the work of the bile juice is to make that food alkaline. ಅದು acidic ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಫುಡ್ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಫುಲ್ acidic ಇರ್ತದೆ. So when bile juice goes and hits that food, the food will become what? ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. alkaline ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ bile salt. ಅದೇನು ಫುಡ್ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬುಲ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. It will be in this format. Okay, this bile salt will break this large fat globules into small pieces. So this process is called as emulsification. ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ? Okay. Last we have gallbladder. In bile juice and this water, bile salt, wherever it is stored, that is only in gallbladder. Everything is stored there. Any doubts? Okay, next. He said. ಇದು ಬರ್ಬಾರ್ದಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಹೋದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಈ ಸೈಡ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆ ಸೈಡ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈ ಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹಾ, ಇದೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ನಾವು ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಓವರ್. ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರೀತಿರಲ್ಲ ನೀವು, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Next, so here you can understand. See here, starch. This is food. Food is broken down into glucose, sugar. Food. Okay. Next, fat is fatty acid and glycerol. Proteins are broken down into amino acids. Whatever fats are there, they are broken down into fatty acid and glycerol. Broken down. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಪ್ಪ, that's the meaning. ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೈತಿ. First, starch will become sugar. Fat will become fatty acid and glycerol. Proteins will become amino acids. That's what they become after breaking down. Next, in small intestine we have villi. Anybody knows what is villi here? Villi. So villi are finger-like projections. Okay, one video I will show. Escape protein. Can you see this? इधर खाना देते. Can you see this finger-like projections? Can you see that? Okay, so that is only villi. ಇದ್ರಾಗ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಬಾ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಕಾಣ್ತೈತಿ ಕಾಣತೈತಿ so that is only villi. So villi means what? It's a finger like projection. It's surrounded throughout the stomach ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ಪೂರಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಲೈನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ಪೂರಾ ಓಕೆ ಇನ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಂಟೆಸ್ಟೈನ್. So our small intestine has this villi. Villi means finger like projection, just now I showed you. So that is surrounded throughout our stomach. ಆ ಶೇಪ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಥ್ರೂಔಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಅದು ರೆಡ್ ಕಲರ್ ಆಟೆ ಪೂರಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಲೈನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಐತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್? ರೀಡ್.
Finger-like projections inside the intestine. These increase the surface area of absorption.
These increase the surface area of absorption. Whatever food will come. If I have just this much pipe, okay, if the food globule is this much, what will happen? It will get stuck. ಯಾವಾಗ ಫುಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ ಆಗೈತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಒಳಗೆ ತಿಂದಿದ್ದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ ಆಗೈತೆ. ಓಕೆ, why doesn't it struck means this villi will pull elasticity type ಇರ್ತೈತೆ. These increase the surface area of absorption. That means when food will come, they will increase the surface area. It will take in the food. Whatever food will come, it will take in the food. They will increase the surface area. Rather than surface area. ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತ ನೀವು ಬಂದು ಕುಂತೀರಿ. If I call 1,000 people here, can we sit here? 1,000 people. The surface area of this class is can't hold 1,000 people. Similarly, the villi, whatever food is coming, it will take the surface area. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತದೆ. Okay. These increase the surface area of absorption. Villi are supplied the food to blood vessels. So whatever read that once again. Villi are
supplied the food to blood vessels.
So whatever the food is coming, it will be supplied to blood vessels. As you saw, it is blood vessel only. ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ villi are supplied the food. ಏನೇನ್ ಫುಡ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ತಗೊಂಡು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತದೆ ಟು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್.
Then the blood vessels take the food to each and every cell of the body.
Then these blood vessels will take the food to each and every part of the body. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸೆಲ್ಗೂ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So the work is of villi only ಅವರು. So ಏನೇನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ villi. Villi will take that food and give it to blood vessel. That blood vessel will take and supply to all the parts of the body. Okay, once again I will tell you. Villi will take the food to blood vessels. ಯಾಕೆ ಪೆನ್ ಬರೀ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Villi will take the food to blood vessels. And these blood vessels will give it to each and every part of the cells. Villi will take the food to the blood vessels, and these blood vessels will take it to cells. Villi are finger-like projections. Simple. Villi are finger-like projections which are in small intestine. When the food will come, it will increase its surface area. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ ಬಾಪ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. When the food enters the villi, it will take that food and it will send to the blood vessels. The blood vessels will further take that food and they send it to each and every part of the body. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಲ್ಸಿ ಕಳಿಸೋದು. That's the work of villi. And where is villi present? It's present in small intestine. Most important question. Villi definitely it will come. Most important. Pakka question. First ಇದು finger-like projections. ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ನೆನ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಷ್ಟು finger-like projections. ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. Okay. Next. Read. Any doubts in small intestine? So small intestine holds a major part. Nodri, stomach ಒಳಗೆ we have three things: hydrochloric acid, pepsin, mucus. ಮುಗಿತು. That's the work of stomach. Stomach only contains three parts. Next, small intestine has first liver. Liver has bile juice, bile salt. After liver will come what? Gallbladder. Gallbladder will hold that bile juice and bile salt. Storage, store ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. Next will come what? Pancreas. Pancreas has trypsin and lipsin. Trypsin does what? Trypsin. Trypsin. ಅದು ಹೀಗೆ ನೆನಪಾರ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. So read that and next. Okay. Any doubts till here? Last Willy. Okay, ಹಿಂದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ. ಹಿಂದೆ. Trypsin breaks down protein into amino acid. ಹೌದು, breaks down protein into amino acid. Lipase breaks down fat into fatty acids and glycerol. Fats into fatty acid and glycerol. Any doubts? Over. Next. Do one thing. Keep writing till here. 5 minutes I will take and start. Take down the notes. How you want to take? Okay, next. ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಿಂದು ಅದಿನ್ನೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ಸಾಗ್ತಿದೆನಾ? ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹಾ. Now last large intestine. Large intestine is very simple. Read. Most important point. The unabsorbed means whatever waste. Now maximum the food will be utilized. Maximum food is taken, it's digested. Okay. Something waste ಉಳಿತೈತಿಲ್ಲ, unabsorbed. Absorb ಆಗಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ waste ಉಳಿದಿರ್ತೈತೆ ಸರ್. So the unabsorbed food sent to long intestine. ಎಲ್ಲ absorb ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ. Whatever unabsorbed waste, whatever is remaining, everything sent to what? Large intestine. The unabsorbed food is sent to long intestine, where its wall absorbs more water from this material. So whatever water, whatever food material, whatever waste are remaining, it will take to long intestine. And rest of the material removed from the body via anus. So ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ via anus. Any doubts? So large intestine ಕೆಲಸ ಏನಪ್ಪ, waste ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೊರಗೆ ಕಳಿಸೋದು. That's a work. Any doubts? Any doubts? Over. So this is the over here. What? Yeah, part ಇದೆ. Digestion part. Digestion part is this much. Digestion. This time we don't sagne. Easy. Any doubts? So tomorrow when you come, I want the whole digestion part. I will ask and start. Now Willy andre Willy ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. Pepsin and pepsin, trypsin and trypsin, lepsin and lepsin. Whatever I say, fast ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. Getting. So today you go home, read textbook, read this. Today I will send this also. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರೋದು ನೀವು ನಾಳೆ. Okay, next. So one part is over. Nutrition over. Okay, nutrition over, digestion over. Next, respiration. So next we enter into respiration. Read.
The process in which the cells of the organism obtain
ಗಪ್ ಕುಂದ್ರಬೇಕು ಆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಬಡಿ ಬಡ ಬಡ ನಡಿ. ಇದು ಪೆನ್ ಐತ್ ಬಾಯ್, ಪೆನ್ ತಗೋ, ಆವಾಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ನಡಿ. ರೀಡ್. Respiration.
the process in which
First, respiration means what? Whatever we breathe in, breathe out, respiration. But okay, but here they are taking it to next level. Okay, he said taking in oxygen, leaving carbon dioxide, but he is telling about only animals. Here we will study about plants, what plants are doing, what animals are doing, how respiration is happening, what is the process, full deep. Okay, so read now.
the process in which the cells of an organism obtain energy.
See how he is saying the process in which the cells of an organism. No, not only me. We take in as water. I take in oxygen. I give carbon dioxide. Why I am taking oxygen? First point. All my cells in my body need oxygen. All my cells in my body, they need oxygen. It should go to each and every part of the cell. So they are telling us the process in which the cells, our cells of an organism obtain energy. They obtain energy. How do they obtain energy? When I give oxygen to them. So only everything is working properly. Correct? Obtain energy by combining oxygen and glucose. Not only oxygen, plus our food ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ನಾ cells. Glucose means food. So first we should give oxygen by breathing and glucose. Food ಹೋಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. is called as respiration. It involves breathing. So breathing is one part of that. Respiration means actually each and every cell needs the oxygen and plus glucose to work. So this process is called as what? Respiration. And it involves breathing. Breathing is just one part of that. Clear? So as you go to higher levels, the definition keeps on evolving. Type. Easy? Clear? Okay, read further.
There are two types of respiration. Aerobic respiration. It is the process.
Two types of respiration. Aerobic and anaerobic. Most important. Okay? This is clear. Aerobic exercises, have you heard? Aerobic exercises. The word. Okay? If you go to any exercise platform, read.
It is the process of producing energy in the presence of oxygen.
Next.
Anaerobic respiration. It is the process of producing energy in the absence or lack of oxygen.
So there are two types, aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic means now whatever energy I am producing, you are also producing. You are sitting here, you are listening to me, you are understanding this. Okay, whatever work we are doing, we take in oxygen and give back carbon dioxide continuously. We are breathing and doing that. Correct? So I will read it once again. It is a process of producing energy. We are producing energy in the presence of oxygen. So we are taking in oxygen and doing work or no? In yaar ring band ಮಾಡಿ ಉಸಿರಾಡೋದು ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡಿ, can you work? Can you work? We can work that also. ಅದು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. But now currently we are doing what? We are consuming oxygen. We are taking in the presence of oxygen. We are doing work. In the presence of oxygen, we are doing the work. So we are what? We are aerobic respiration. We are doing what? Aerobic respiration. This process is called as aerobic. Anaerobic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. I will make you guys run. ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಜೋರು ಓಡಾತೆ, ಉಸಿರಾಡಕ್ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಆದ್ರೂ ಓಡಾತೆ. You can run or no? You only tell me. ಉಸಿರಾಡಕ್ ಬರಾತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓಡಬಹುದು. For some seconds you can run. For some seconds I'm saying. You can't run for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. But for some seconds you can run or no? Swimmers, they go deep inside the water. For some seconds they will not take any oxygen, but they will swim. They will produce energy. So even human beings also can do anaerobic. Anaerobic means lack of oxygen, absence of oxygen. In the absence of oxygen, creating energy, producing energy, doing some work in the absence of oxygen is called as anaerobic. Anaerobic means I'm not taking oxygen, but I'm doing the work. My body is not getting oxygen. My cells are not getting oxygen for some seconds, but we are doing the work. Heavy deadlift ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, heavy exercises, high intensity internal workouts, HIIT. You might have heard of that. Or the one who do jogging, ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ swimming. Those artists, ಇಲ್ಲ those athletes, they should be knowing about this anaerobic exercises. Anaerobics is a part where you don't breathe, where you don't take oxygen for some seconds, but you produce energy. Getting or no? Once again, any doubts in aerobic and anaerobic? Aerobic means you will take oxygen, each and every part of our body will get oxygen, and we are doing the work. It's very simple. Anaerobic, there is no oxygen, lack of oxygen, absence of oxygen, but we are doing the work. Getting? That is called as what? Anaerobic exercise. ಈಗ ಓಡ್ತಿರ್ತೇವೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸ ಉಸಿರು ನಿಂತು ಬಿಡ್ತೈತೆ, ಆದ್ರೂ ಓಡ್ಬೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ anaerobic? Anaerobic problems, cramps ಹಾಕೋ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ, ಹೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕ್ರಾಂಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಇದು ನಮಗಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಹೆವಿ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಒನ್ ಹೂ ಡಸ್ ಟೂ ಮೆನಿ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾವ ಕ್ರಾಂಪ್ಸ್, ಲೆಗ್ ಕ್ರಾಂಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಭಾಳ ಕ್ರಾಂಪ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ. ಸೊ ದೋಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಂಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ anaerobic. Anaerobic exercise ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹಿಡಿದು ಬಿಡ್ತಾವ, ಕ್ರಾಂಪ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೋ. Okay, so that we'll learn further. Next. Okay, most important, no? So here he has divided into 3 parts. What will happen? Heng respiration matter, ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಕೈತಿ, ಏನು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್. Okay, first glucose food. Glucose food, whatever food I eat, it will be broken down into pyruvate plus energy. Pyruvate ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Pyruvate means whatever we eat, it will be broken down or no. That breaking down process is only called as pyruvate, things like that. Getting? So breaking down agi energy em bartadla, that's only pyruvate plus energy. The food has got broken down and we are getting energy out of it. We are getting energy out of it. First, in absence of oxygen. Second, lack of oxygen. See, there is a meaning of this. Absence under oxygen illa. Oxygen is not there only. Pura absent. Lack under ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ. Oxygen ಐತಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಬೀಳತ್ತೆ. Lack. We are lacking oxygen. ಹೇಳತ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. So there are two words. Properly as said. Absence means we human beings can't be absent. ಇದು possible ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. We can't be absence of oxygen. Is it possible for us to be absence of oxygen? It's impossible. But lack of oxygen is possible. ನಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ ಬ್ರೀದಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸೆಲ್ಸಿಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಸಿಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Lack of oxygen is possible, but this is impossible. Where is this possible? Where is this possible? Plants oxygen ತಗೊಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Plants take carbon dioxide. So from where oxygen should come? Plants have absence of oxygen. So when absence of oxygen is there, they produce ethanol. Ethanol is what we ಮುಂದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ನೀವು. Ethanol ಅಂದ್ರೆ alcohol ಅಂತ. Ethanol means okay. So ethanol, they produce ethanol. Plants produce ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus energy. This is what will happen. This is in human beings. Human beings, when we have lack of oxygen, we develop lactic acid. Our body develops lactic acid. This lactic acid is only cramp. Cramp ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ body lactic acid build up ಆಗ್ತದೆ. You can search in YouTube. So lactic acid means whenever you are running cramp ಗಿಂಪ್ ಹಾಕವಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬೆಳೀತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ lactic acid ಬಂದು ಕೂರ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Lactic acid. Okay. So whenever lack of oxygen happens, you have lactic acid built up in your body. Your body starts building up lactic acid. That's the worst thing. Okay. Next, energy is released. Last, in presence of oxygen, presence of oxygen, water plus carbon dioxide plus energy. Water H2O, carbon dioxide plus energy. Plant was one example, but plant produce ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Absence of oxygen ಇದ್ದಾಗ ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus energy. Lack of oxygen, lactic acid plus energy. Presence of oxygen, water plus carbon dioxide plus energy. Getting? So these are the outputs that we get in different methods. ಇನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದೆ ತಿಳಿತದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. Okay, this is just a beginning of that. So glucose, when food enters our body and it breaks down into pyruvate plus energy. See, the food is also going, the oxygen is also going. There are two things here. Multitasking. Getting over now? So both we are implying here. Food plus absence of oxygen, lack of oxygen. In absence of oxygen, ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus energy. In lack of oxygen, lactic acid plus energy. In presence of oxygen, water plus carbon dioxide plus energy. Any doubts? Take that. See, today's part, respiration part, you should go little bit depth. But the next transportation is very easy. Very, very easy. Next two parts are very easy. Only this part you should go little bit in depth. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ವರ್ಷ ತಿಳಿತೈತೆ. ಮೇಲೆ ಉಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಿಳಿಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. And the first part is ಅಂತೂ easy only. Stomach. ಅದಂತೂ ಭಾಳ easy. ಇದೊಂದ part ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೈಟ್ ಬರೀ. Read. Next.
Human respiratory system.
So there are two respiratory systems. One is human, one is plants. Now I'm discussing human. Okay, read.
Oxygen with air is taken into the body through the nose. The air is filtered by fine hairs present in the nose. From nose, the air passes through the throat to the lungs.
So oxygen rich air from nose. Whatever oxygen rich air is there, it will come from the nose. Okay, everyone will take from their nose. Oxygen rich air is taken into the body through the nose. The air is filtered by fine hairs. So nose has fine hairs. Okay, so from this fine hairs present in nose, the air is filtered. Chalo air is okay. From nose, the air passes through the throat to lungs. So from here, it will pass from throat to lungs. Any doubts? Kanna ನೀರು ಓದಿರೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ? Any doubts? Any doubts? ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಹಂಗಿದೆ. Any doubts still here? So whatever fine air is there, oxygen will take it from nose, it will pass from the throat and it will go to the lungs. Next.
In lungs, the air passage divides into smaller and smaller tubes and finally reaches alveoli.
So here we have alveoli. Illind pass agi there are branches and there is alveoli here, which is there in next picture. Next slide. You will understand more about alveoli. That is the most important part of 10th. Alveoli. This is the most important. Okay. Afterwards, I will tell about alveoli. Next.
Alveoli. It's a balloon-like structure.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣತೈತಿ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಲೂನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಬಲೂನ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. These are balloon like structures.
These provide a surface for extended gases. The walls of alveoli connect the blood vessels.
Next. See here. This is only alveoli. You can't. Now it is visible. Now I will tell you what it will do. Okay. This is the most important thing in our body. Because of this only we are alive. Alveoli, whatever oxygen I am taking now. Okay. Whatever oxygen I am taking, everything oxygen will come with the blood. Oxygen will be mixed in blood or no? Oxygen will be mixed in blood. Blood ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ oxygen ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. Oxygen ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. Oxygen will mix with the blood. It will pass from the alveoli. ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಹೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೇಳಿರಿ? ಅದು ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಖಾಲಿ ಅಡ್ಡಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. Now there are two things. The blood is flowing. From this blood, oxygen should go out. Second thing, oxygen should flow into the blood. Yes or no? These two things are very important. One, from blood oxygen should go out. ಹಂಗೆ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಲಿಂದ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ. Now these are our cells. Okay, what does our cell prepare? What does our cells prepare? Carbon dioxide. So only we give out carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೊಂಟಿದೆ. So how carbon dioxide is going out? From where carbon dioxide we are getting? Each and every part of our body is preparing carbon dioxide. It is letting outside. ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೊಂಟಿದೆ. So all that carbon dioxide is took by the blood. ಎಲ್ಲ blood carbon dioxide ತಗೋದು. So blood is induced with carbon dioxide. Now our blood, this is my blood. My blood is induced with carbon dioxide. And this should go out. Who will help that? Alveoli. Alveoli ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it will exchange ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಒಳಗಿಂದ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. That's the work of alveoli. It will take the carbon dioxide out from the blood and it will give outside. ಈಗ ನಾ ಏನು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಡಾತಿಲ್ಲ, this carbon dioxide has come from my body. ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿ ಏನು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. That changing of the carbon dioxide to oxygen, oxygen to carbon dioxide ತಗೊಂಡೋದು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಡೋದು ಕೆಲಸ alveoli ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆನ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಬಂತು. Okay, now this oxygen should be given to the blood. ಅದು ಅಂದ್ರಷ್ಟ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಕೈತಿ. Okay, so that passing of the oxygen, here oxygen is there. This oxygen will be passed to the blood. ದಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡನ್ ಬೈ ಅಲ್ವಿಯೋಲಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಬರ್ತೈತಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕೆಲಸ, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್. ಆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೋತೈತಿ, ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. It is a balloon-like structure which provide a surface for exchange of gases. For exchange of gases. The walls of the alveoli connect with the blood vessels. So they are directly connected with blood vessels. So their work is to exchange the gases. Body carbon dioxide ಮತ್ತು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಕೆಲಸ, ಪೂರ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮೇನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಲ್ವಿಯೋಲಿ. ಈಗ ನಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದೆಪ್ಪ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್, ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಐ ಸಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋದ್ಪ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್, ಅದು ತೆಳಗಿಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್, ಅವಂಗ ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ಮುಟ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್, ಅದು ಇಳಿಸೋ ಕೆಲಸ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ವಾಪಸ್ ಮತ್ತೇನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋ ಕೆಲಸ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್ ಬೈ ಅಲ್ವಿಯೋಲಿ. ಮೇನ್ ವರ್ಕ್. ಈಗ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಾ ಲಂಗ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ಮ್ಯಾಗ ನಂಗೆ ಸೆಲ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ದಟ್ ಟು ದ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಲ್ವಿಯೋಲಿ. ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇದೆ, ನಾ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೋದು ಈಗ, ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬಿಸಿಲು ಐತಲ್ಲ, ತೋರಿಸಿದ ವಿಡಿಯೋನು ಕಾಣಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಟುಮಾರೋ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಐ ಶೋ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಒನ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟುಮಾರೋ. ನಾಳೆ ಅದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ಓದಾಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಒನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಹೊಂಟಿಲಿ, ನೋಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಕಳ್ಸಾಕ ಬರುವುದು. ನೋಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹಾ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಹೋಗು, ತೆಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಚ್, ನೋಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಡ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ನೋಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಡ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡು. Now you will understand. See here, ಈಗ ಬರಬ್ಬರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. This is how I have understood this concept. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ I will take oxygen. It will go to lungs. Okay, lungs. ಇನ್ನು ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ, ಲಂಗ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬಂತ. Here we have ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೇನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. Here alveoles are present. And here similarly blood vessels are also present. This alveoli, whatever oxygen has passed from here to alveoli, ಈಗ ಏನು ಬಂತು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ, ಏನು ಬಂತು, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಬಂದೈತೆ. This oxygen from here to the blood vessels, this is blood vessel. Oxygen from here is given to this blood vessels. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತೆ. ಯಾವ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, it will induce that oxygen in that blood, and this blood will pass throughout my body. So all the parts of cells will get oxygen. From where did they get oxygen? Alveoli. ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೇನು alveoli ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡತ್ತೆ. Now also alveoli is what, it's ಈಗ ನಾವು continuously, immediately when I take oxygen, that oxygen is getting induced with blood. Even now getting, so its work will never stop. Its work is to induce that oxygen. ಏನು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ನಾ ತೊಗೊಳತ್ತಲ್ಲ, immediately it will induce with the blood. Similarly, second, ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಹೋದ್ಪ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ, but our body is continuously giving carbon dioxide. So our cells are giving carbon dioxide. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ. CO2 is induced in this blood now. This blood will again come near alveoli. Here also alveoli are there. Again will come near alveoli. But this time this blood vessels has what? CO2, carbon dioxide. ಈ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಡಿದು ಅದು ಹೊರಗೆ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಏರ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನಾ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಡಾತೇನೆ, ನಾ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಬಿಡಾತೇನೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಏರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಏರ್. ಸೊ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಏರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್, alveoli again takes this carbon dioxide outside in the format of air, and it gives again back. ಅವಾಗ ನಾ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ CO2. Getting? Oxygen I will take inside, it will go here. From alveoli it will go to blood vessels. From blood vessels, all parts of our body. All parts of our body, when they get oxygen, they will leave carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is again took to alveoli, alveoli will take that back, give carbon dioxide again outside. So ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ ಬೈ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಲ್ವಿಯೋಲಿ. ತೆಳಗಿಡಿಸೋದು ಮ್ಯಾಲ್ ತರೋದು, ತೆಳಗಿಡಿಸೋದು ಮ್ಯಾಲ್ ತರೋದು, ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಲ್ವಿಯೋಲಿ. ಈಗ ನಾ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋದ ತೆಳಗಿಡಿಸೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಏನದು? ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ? So who is inducing and taking that back? That work is done by alveoli. It knows how to induce that oxygen. This format of oxygen is in air format. It will induce this air format into the blood. Blood will induce ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ oxygen. Getting? ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಕೆಲಸ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. So that work is done by alveoli. So that is called as exchange of gases. Exchange of gases is done by alveoli. Any doubts? Any doubts here? ತಿಳಿತಿದ್ದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ alveoli? Tomorrow I will show one video on that. Okay. ಮಾಲೆ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ, ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡ. ಇದು ಬೇಡ, ಇದು ಬೇಡ, ಅದು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಿ. Okay, read.
Oxygen dissolved in hemoglobin from alveoli and carried from lungs to the cell.
Correct. So oxygen dissolves in hemoglobin means blood. Hemoglobin in the blood. Oxygen dissolves in hemoglobin. Oxygen will dissolve in blood. Oxygen is in air format. That will dissolve in blood, hemoglobin from alveoli and carried from lungs to cells in all body parts. So that is the work of alveoli. Next.
The blood takes carbon dioxide from the cells, releases into
So whatever carbon dioxide blood ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದು it will take and come. Again the alveoli will take that carbon dioxide and will send outside. ಅದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. So complete work is of alveoli. Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay. ಇದು work. Take it back. Write that. So next, transportation. Today we will understand what is transportation. Next. Okay, read.
Transportation in humans. Blood is connective tissue in humans. It transports necessary substances to cell and transport metabolic waste product away from the same
Those cells.
From those cells.
Now first transportation will happen from blood. Initiation of transportation. Throughout our body blood is running. Correct? So from one part to another part that blood is continuously transporting. Transportation. Blood is a connective tissue in humans, so it is a connective tissue. Everywhere blood will be there, connective tissue. So it will be transferring from there. It transports necessary substances to cells. So whatever necessary substance is there, like oxygen, we get oxygen from our blood only. Our blood contains oxygen. So it transports necessary substances to cells and transport metabolic waste products. So whatever metabolic waste products are there, DNA, there are too many things in blood. Okay, everything will be getting transported. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಕ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅವೇ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೋಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಇವನ್ ದ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ಈಗ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೇನು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ್ರೆ, ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಕ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಚಲೋ ಇದ್ರು ಕೊಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಕೆಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ ಹೊರಗಡೆ. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್.
The main concept of blood, plasma. It is a yellow color fluid. It transports food, CO2,
Okay.
waste products.
Now in blood we have four different types. Like that you can think. First we have plasma. You might have heard about this plasma. Blood contains plasma. It is yellow color fluid. So it is yellow in color. It's not red in color. It's found in blood, but it's yellow in color. Okay. It transports food. So whatever food we eat, the energy is transported by water plasma. It's also transported by blood only. Getting? So plasma is yellow in color. Its work is to transport food. Plasma means blood only. Plasma in plasma is in blood only. It transports what? Food. Now when food tintevalla energy ಬರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. So that is transported by this plasma only. Okay, and carbon dioxide. So whatever carbon dioxide is getting outside, all cells carbon dioxide biಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾವ. So whatever carbon dioxide they are leaving, it's also transported by plasma. And waste products, even whatever waste products our cells are leaving outside, that's also transported by plasma. Okay, next.
Red blood cells. It contains hemoglobin which transports oxygen.
So hemoglobin means, hemoglobin, you know, it's a one type of blood only. Hemoglobin ಅಂದ್ರೆ blood relate ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. So red blood cells means it's directly called as, it contains hemoglobin which contains oxygen and which transports oxygen. So oxygen transport ಮಾಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ hemoglobin. So first ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ alveoli ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿದನ, alveoli will directly diffuse its oxygen in hemoglobin. Yesterday I have told you that hemoglobin word was there. So hemoglobin means oxygen is transported by what? Red blood cells. Red blood cells contain hemoglobin. Getting? So hemoglobin means where oxygen is diffused, it will carry oxygen. Hemoglobin. That is only red blood cells. RBCs, clear? RBC, WBC. Okay, WBC. Next.
Platelets. These helps in blood clotting.
Most important, platelets. What? Anybody knows what is platelets here? What is platelets? Any idea? Have you heard platelets anywhere? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀವಿ, platelets ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗೈತಿ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗೈತಿ. What is the meaning of platelets? So platelets means, think if ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊಂಟಿರಪ್ಪ, ಏನ ಬಿದ್ದುಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆತ, ಏನ ಬಿದ್ರಿ, ಏನ ಆತ, ಕಟ್ಸ್ ಆತ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ. So your blood will start getting outside, correct? Blood flow ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಕೈತೆ, ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಕೈತೆ. After some time the wound will get repaired, it will stop, or continuously blood will flow outside. What will happen? The blood will stop flowing, correct? Wound correct ಆಗೈತಿ, ನಿಂತು ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, correct? Why does that happen? ಹಂಗೆ ಹರ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡೋದು, ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಂದ್ರಾತೈತಪ್ಪ? ಹೇಳತ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಹೇಳತ್ತಿದ್ನ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಫಾಲ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಿದ್ರು ಪಟ್ಟ ನಿಂದಿರ್ತೈತೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್, ಫೀಲ್ ಆಗೈತಿ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಟ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ನಿಂದಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಈಗ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಲೋ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲಾಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಜಲ್ದಿ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಬಾಡಿಲಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಾಡಿಲಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೂ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಮನುಷ್ಯ. ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಟ್ಟಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೊಂಟ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಏನಾಕೈತಿ? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಲೀವ್? ಇಫ್ ಟೂ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್, ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೈ, ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೈ. That is the main reason. Blood loss ಆದ್ರೆ ಸತ್ತು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಮಂದಿ. Okay. So this platelets, they help us by clotting the blood. Immediately its work is to clot the blood. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಟ್ ಆಪ್ಪ, getting, if bleeding will start, it will go and prevent that bleeding. It will go and stop that bleeding. That work is of platelets. So only they have told us these help in blood clotting. So wherever blood will, you get wounds, it will go and clot that. It will not let the blood go outside our body. Clot ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಪಟ್ಟಣ. ಹೇಳಿತು? Last read.
White blood cells. These cells fight against harmful bacteria, viruses and germs.
So white blood cells are the most important things. So ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೇನ್ರ ಆರಾಮ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಟೇಕ್, ಈಗ ನಾವು ಸಣ್ಣವ್ರಿದ್ದಾಗ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಆರಾಮ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನಾರ ಒಂದು ಜ್ವರ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತೈತೆ, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವಿ ಗ್ರೋ ಓಲ್ಡರ್, we tend to remain very healthy. ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಬಂದರೂ ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆ ಹೈ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಸಣ್ಣವರಿದ್ದಾಗ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಹೈ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ವೈ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವೈಟ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ವೈಟ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಗೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಜರ್ಮ್ಸ್. ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಯಲ್. ಇದು ಒನ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಫಿಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಗತ ಅನಿಸ್ತೈತಿ, ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಯಲ್. They understand once which bacteria was entered, they understand its power, they understand what type of bacteria it was, hang tackle madಬೇಕು, that remembers that. When second time that same bacteria will enter, no, it will go and fight with that. So protect ಮಾಡ್ತಿತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ. Its help is to protect us. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬರಾತ್ರಿ ಡೈಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಆರಾಮ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆರಾಮ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ನಾ ಬರೀ ಇವ್ನು ಬಾಜು ಆರಾಮಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕೊಂತಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೂ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. Does that happen? No. Why it's not happening means ಅವ್ನು ಮೊದಲು ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ನನಗೂ ಬಂದಿರ್ಬೋದು ಮೊದಲು. When that bacteria enters my body, my body already knows I have tackled this, so it will go and fight with that. Getting? So white blood cells, WBCs, these cells fight against harmful bacteria. So whatever harmful bacteria are entering our body, they go and fight. First time fighting is tough for them also. Example, ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಕರೋನಾ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ when it entered our body, corona, did your body fight? 14 ದಿನ ಮಕ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಮಕ್ಕೊಂಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಫೈಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಡ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. 1-2 days ನೀವು ಆರಾಮಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸೈತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಬಟ್ 14 days ಅಂತೂ ಯಾರು ಬಿದ್ದಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ವಾಟ್? ವೈಟ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. It understands the bacteria, harmful bacteria. It understands its nature, its power, everything it will understand. It will remember also. So that when second time it will enter your body, it already knows that it has fought with that. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಅಟ್ ಅ ಟೈಮ್ ಪನಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಹೇಳತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. So that's the work of WBCs. These cells fight against harmful bacteria, viruses and germs. ಸೊ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್. ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಆರಾಮದೇವಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ WBCs ಆರ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ. ಅದೆಷ್ಟು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಫೈಟ್ ಆಡ್ತಿರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಆರಾಮಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ತ್ರಾಸೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ WBCs ಗೆಟ್, ಯಾವಾಗ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಹಾಕೋಳ್ಳಿ WBCs? ಯಾವಾಗಾರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಫೀಲ್ ಆಗೈತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀರಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಡೆಂಗ್ಯೂ, ಯುವರ್ WBCs ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾಲಿಂಗ್, ಇಮ್ಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಕೈತಿ. ದಪ್ಪ ಬೀಳ್ತಾವೆ, ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಿದೆ 1000s ಒಳಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾವೆ. ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್? ಸೊ ಆಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್? ಇಫ್ WBCs fall, if their count falls, what will happen? ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ WBC ಬಿತ್ತು? When WBCs count will fall, all the diseases which are in our surrounding will start entering our body. Our body has become loose now. Our body has no capacity to fight against the bacteria. ಏನೇನು ಹೊರಗಿಂದ ಎಂಟರ್ ಹಾಕವಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್, ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ರಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್. ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಗೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಟು ಅಸ್? ಈ ಆರಾಮ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹೂಸ್ WBCs ಕೌಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಲೆಸ್, ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನಾಟ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆರಾಮ್ ಬದುಕಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಆಜು ಬಾಜು ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಇದ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರಾಕತ್ ಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಫೈಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್, ವಿತ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್? ಸೊ WBCs ಆರ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ವಿತ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗಳು ಕುಂತೇವೆ, ನಾ ಕಲ್ಸಾತೇನೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಮೈ ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್? ಸೊ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆರಾಮ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ದಿಸ್.
The heart pumps the blood through the blood vessels.
Leave that. Any doubts in blood? Okay, once again we'll see. So blood is a connective tissue in humans. It transports substances to cells and it transports necessary substances to cells and transport metabolic waste product away from those same cells. 4 important parts. Plasma is yellow color fluid. Okay, plasma is yellow color fluid, transports food, carbon dioxide and waste product. Any doubts? Plasma, food, carbon dioxide, waste product. Yellow color ಇರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಾಕ. Next, red blood cells contain hemoglobin, transport oxygen. Platelets help in clotting the blood clotting. Last, white blood cells. These cells fight against harmful bacteria, viruses and germs. Any doubts? Plasma, white blood cells, platelets, red blood cells. These are the 4 constituents of water blood. Any doubts? So blood ಒಳಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಕ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತದೆ. Any doubts? Okay, next. So the main pumping of the blood is happening by heart. Correct? So in respiratory system, we will now understand about the heart, how it is pumping the blood throughout our body. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ blood. So how it's traveling, that we will understand. Okay. Any doubts in the plasma, red blood cells? Any doubts? Read.
Heart is a muscular organ. It has 2 sides separated by muscular wall. It has 4 chambers: left atrium, right atrium, left ventricle, and right ventricle.
Heart is a muscular organ. It's muscular, correct? It's muscular organ. It have 2 sides separated by muscular wall. This you can think it's separated like this. This is right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. You can think it has 4 sides. This is different, and it's separated like this. Okay. Next.
How heart works? Deoxygenated blood comes from body to right atrium.
See, right atrium is here. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರತ್ತದ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ಡಿಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ರೀಡ್.
Which is then pumped to your lungs by right ventricle through arteries.
So first the deoxygenated blood. What's the meaning of deoxygenated noun? Oxygenated blood. Deoxygenated.
Which they don't have oxygen.
So oxygen is not present here. What is present? If oxygen is not present, what is present? Carbon dioxide is present. Okay. So carbon dioxide rich blood ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಿಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದದು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆದ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೇರ್? ರೈಟ್ ಆಟ್ರಿಯಮ್. Right atrium, remember that. From right atrium, it will enter where? It will go down. It is entering right ventricle. Right ventricle. Easy to remember. On the top you have atrium, on the down you have ventricle. A B C D. First A will come, afterwards B will come. Correct? So atrium is on top, ventricle is below that. Deoxygenated bloods enter from right atrium. From right atrium it will enter to right ventricle. You can see here it's entering in right ventricle. Okay, next further.
Where it drops carbon dioxide and carry oxygen.
Now here, what are there? Alveoli are there. Correct? As soon as it enters there, alveoli are in the lungs. So it drops what? It drops carbon dioxide there and it takes what? Oxygen. Getting? It drops carbon dioxide. It takes oxygen. So here carbon dioxide is left a bit ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ and the blood has took oxygen. Now the blood is rich with oxygen. So now the blood became oxygenated blood. Okay, next.
Then oxygenated blood comes to atrium through veins which.
There left atrium, that's most important. So from here oxygenated blood is traveling like this now. It went to like this. From here it came to left atrium. See how the blood is traveling, that you should understand. From the right ventricle it traveled through left atrium, and when it has traveled to left atrium, now the blood is full rich of oxygen, so it is oxygenated blood. Okay, next.
Which then pump to body part by left ventricle to.
Then it will go to left ventricle here. From there it will pump to the whole body. Illind varu untadi nodi. First left ventricle will come, it will go outside. From here it's going outside. Getting? From here it's going outside to the all parts of the body. Ella parts of the body get ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. Getting? So the main thing, simple thing that we should understand is deoxygenated blood is coming inside, oxygenated blood is going outside. That's what happening here. Deoxygenated blood enters from here. Okay, you can think like this. Deoxygenated blood enters to what? Right atrium. Right. First right side will enter, from left side will leave. Remember that. Deoxygenated blood enters from right atrium. From right atrium it will travel to right ventricle. And it will drop the carbon dioxide there. It will drop the carbon dioxide there. And it will take the rich oxygen. Rich oxygen gets diffused in the blood. Okay. Now the rich oxygenated blood enters what? Left atrium. From left atrium the blood will travel to left ventricle. From left ventricle the blood is pumped to the whole body. Again it will go to whole body. ಮತ್ತು ಹೋಲ್ ಬಾಡಿಯಿಂದ ಏನೇನು ಹೋಲಿಸಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಮತ್ತು ವಾಪಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಆಟ್ರಿಯಮ್. ಅಗೇನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಬರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆಟ್ರಿಯಮ್, ರೈಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆಟ್ರಿಯಮ್, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಟು ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇಡ್ರಿ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ. 72 times heart will beat. Getting? So this is happening for every time it beats. Blood is coming inside, going out, coming inside, going out. Any doubts in the functioning of the heart? So where first it will enter? First where it will enter? From right atrium to? What will happen in right ventricle? What will happen in right ventricle? What will happen in right ventricle?
The carbon dioxide is dropped and it contains oxygen and it will become oxygenated oxygen.
What will happen in right ventricle? What will happen in right ventricle?
First the blood goes right atrium to then it comes to right ventricle where the carbon dioxide is removed and oxygen is carried. Then it moves to
Sit. So sit. See, till now I am saying this one. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹತ್ತು ಸಲ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಈಗ. ಆದರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಏನು ಮಾಡತ್ತೀನಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ತಿಳಿಯತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು. ತಿಳಿಯತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. So right ventricle is the most important part. Here carbon dioxide ಏನೇನು ತೊಗೊಂಬರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಬಂದಿರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ it will leave here. Carbon dioxide is dropped in the blood. ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ತೈತೆ ಅದು. And it will take in oxygen. So the blood takes all the oxygen content. Carbon dioxide content in the blood ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು it will take oxygen. It will take oxygen and will pass to left atrium. So when it comes to left atrium, the blood is full of water, oxygen. Oxygenated blood adi. Getting? Okay. Afterwards it will go to left ventricle, then it will pass to all the parts of the body. Here the main function is it is dropping carbon dioxide and taking oxygen. ಅದು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುವುದಪ್ಪ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಏನು ಮಾಡತ್ತಿಪ್ಪ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೇಳತ್ತೀನಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿನ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಕಲ್ಸನ್ನ ಅದು 2 ಸಲ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೇಳತ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕೇಳತ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದು ಒಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೇಳತ್ತೀನಿ. ಲಕ್ಷ ಪೂರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ. ಈಗ ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ಸತ್ತೀನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ದಾಗ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, ಮತ್ತು ನೀವು ಕುಂತು ಓದ್ತೀರಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಓದ್ತೀರಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಓದ್ತೀರಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಮುಗೀತದೆ. ಹಂಗೆ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನೀವು ಹಂಗೆ ಓದ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಮುಗೀತದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುಗಿಯಂಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. Okay, next. Any doubts in this? Any doubts? Next. So here they have given us a neat picture of what is happening. Once again. Oh, first go ahead.
blood vessels. These carry oxygenated blood.
See here, you might have heard about this. If anybody gets heart attack, all these things, our arteries block ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವೆ. ಕೇಳಿರಿ? Arteries ಅದು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. Blockages will happen. So the heart contains arteries, veins. Arteries ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೈಪ್ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. From there blood will pass. Blood, what heart contains? Arteries and veins. Most important part. Arteries and veins. ಈಗ ಆರ್ಟರೀಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. ಹೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಚಂದಂಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ರಿ. ಆರ್ಟರೀಸ್ ರೀಡ್.
Arteries. These carry oxygenated blood from heart to body parts except pulmonary arteries.
See here. This is pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins, vena cava, aorta, heart. ಚಂದಂಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೋರಿ ಈಗ. This is the heart. This is the heart. Now heart is connected by pulmonary arteries and pulmonary veins. Okay, read it once again.
These carry oxygenated blood from heart to body parts except pulmonary arteries. These are thick and elastic. The smallest vessels which are 1 cell thick are called capillaries.
Next, veins.
Veins carry deoxygenated blood from body parts to heart except pulmonary veins. These are thin and less elastic.
Except that, once again you read arteries.
Arteries. These carry oxygenated blood from heart to body parts except pulmonary arteries. These are thick and elastic. The smallest vessel
see
are
here. So arteries basically carry. I will take that one. Nam pen ello hottade. These carry oxygenated blood. Arteries basically carry oxygenated blood. So whatever blood heart is getting is carried from arteries. whatever blood oxygen is getting is carried by arteries. Whatever deoxygenated blood is traveling to the heart, goes by veins. Arteries carry oxygenated blood, veins carry deoxygenated blood. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪೈಪ್ ಅದು. ಪೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇಮ್. ಈಗ ಒಂದೇ ಪೈಪ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದೆ, ಡಿಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ? ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ arteries are separate, veins are separate. Arteries carry oxygenated blood, veins carry deoxygenated blood. But there is a pulmonary artery, ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಐತಿ, pulmonary artery. Pulmonary arteries don't contain what? Oxygenated blood. Arteries carry oxygenated blood from heart to body parts. So from heart, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಲೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೊಂಟೈತ್ಲ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಬೈ ಆರ್ಟರೀಸ್. ಅದು ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆಟ್ರಿಯಮ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆಟ್ರಿಯಮ್, ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್? ಸಿ ನಾನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. think this is heart. Okay, this was the right atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle, left atrium. From here blood will come. From here blood will come. Which blood is coming? Deoxygenated blood is coming. From here blood is going outside. Correct or no? It will come here, it will go here, it will go here, it will go here outside. Which blood is going outside? Oxygenated blood is going outside. So this oxygenated blood is carried by arteries. So whatever blood, oxygenated blood is going here, it's carried by arteries. Whatever deoxygenated blood is coming from here, it's carried by veins. Understood? These are arteries. Arteries. These are veins. Is that simple? So oxygenated blood is carried by arteries, deoxygenated blood is carried by veins. Next, now he is saying there is one pulmonary artery. Okay, pulmonary artery will not carry oxygenated blood. That one, except pulmonary artery, all the arteries will carry oxygenated blood, but pulmonary artery will not carry oxygenated blood. Understood? Similarly, there is a pulmonary vein which will not carry deoxygenated blood. Remaining all veins will carry deoxygenated blood. Getting? Next, these are arteries are thick and elastic. They are not smooth. Smooth rangla blood carry ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. They are very thick and elastic. Blood ಬಂದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅದು ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ, ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತದೆ. So these are thick and elastic. The smallest vessels which are one cell thick are called as capillaries. So capillaries ಅಂತೂ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. Here image is not there. Okay, the smallest vessel which are one cell thick are called, so capillaries means they will be very very small, and they will also carry blood. Okay, so they are called as capillaries. Veins, they carry deoxygenated blood from body parts to heart, except pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein ಒಂದು ಅದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಉಳಿದ ಎಲ್ಲ veins ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೆ. They carry what? Deoxygenated blood from all the body parts to the what? Heart. These are thin and less elastic. Arteries ಅಲ್ಲಿ elastic ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, thick ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. These are thin and less elastic. Veins are thin and less elastic. Arteries are very very thick and elastic. Okay. Arteries carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. Veins carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein. Any doubts? And arteries, they take in the rich oxygenated blood to all the parts of the body. Veins, they carry all the waste products, all the waste from all the parts of the body to the heart. What's happening here? ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊಲಸು ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ deoxygenated blood. Who is carrying that? Veins, except pulmonary vein. All veins will carry. Okay, think like that. So oxygenated blood, this is the best blood. Rich oxygenated blood will go outside to our body. This is going to our body now. Good blood. Good blood is going to our body by arteries, except pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಂಗ, pulmonary vein ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಂಗ, ಉಳಿಕೆದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. That's their meaning. Any doubts? In arteries and veins. ಈಗ ಹೇಳ್ರಿಪ್ಪ ಆರ್ಟರೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಪಂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ವರ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ರಿಚ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಆಲ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೇರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್? ಬೈ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಂಪಿಂಗ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ದೂಸಿರ್ತದೆ, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ತಿಳಿತು? ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವರ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ blood is entering from right atrium, when it's leaving it's an oxygenated blood. Here it's coming from veins, here it's going through arteries, except pulmonary vein, except pulmonary artery, works are done. That's a message. Any doubt? Any doubts? Take this. ಏನಾದ್ರು next read lymph.
This is also a transporter fluid. The pores present in the wall of capillaries, some amount of plasma, protein and blood cells escape into intercellular space in the tissue to form the lymph. It is colorless. Lymph absorbs and transports fat from intestine. It drains away the excess tissue.
First I will show lymph where it is present. One image I will show. Clear message ಹೋಯ್ತಾ? Capillaries I will show it. Is that
medicines before food, medicines after food, medicines empty stomach, an average diabetic.
Capillaries are small blood vessels that are part of the circulatory system. They connect arteries and veins, and many enter tissue forming a capillary bed. In this area, oxygen and other nutrients are released, and carbon dioxide and other waste products are passed into the blood, which then enters veins. Capillaries are so small that only one red blood cell can pass through at a time. They're made up of a single layer of curved cells that have tiny gaps between them to allow substances to move in and out of the blood. And that be capillaries. Capillaries are small blood vessels that are part of the circulatory system. They connect.
huh? Capillary, awesome. In the ನಡೆದಿದೆ. So, as you saw capillaries, this is also a transporter fluid. So, lymph is also a transporter fluid. Like how blood used to transport food, carbon dioxide, everything, correct? So, same Lymph is a transporter fluid. The pores present in the walls of capillaries. Some amount of plasma, proteins, and blood cells escape into intercellular spaces in the tissue. So capillaries, you just saw, it will be very small capillaries. From one capillary, they said that only one red blood cell will pass through. Only one. Yadu pass one time. So only one red blood cell can pass from here. So that much small the capillary will be there. So the pores present in the walls of capillaries. This is a capillary. In the small capillary, the pores under dot. Pores, holes. So here also pores are present. Pores. So the pores present in the walls of capillary. So this wall of the capillary has some pores. Under holes. Okay. Walls of capillaries, some amount of plasma. So plasma andre ನೀವು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆನಾ plasma. Okay. Plasma, proteins and blood cells tend to escape. They escape. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ pores. They tend to escape. Getting? So they tend to escape into intercellular spaces. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜಾಗ ಸಿಕ್ಕರೆ intercellular space ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ. In the tissue. So when they go outside, they form the what? Lymph. They form lymph. Getting? Lymph. This is also a transporter fluid. It's also a transporter fluid. How does it form? The pores present in the walls of capillaries, some amount of plasma, proteins and blood cells escape into intercellular spaces in the tissue to form the lymph. Idella escape ಆದರೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ lymph ಅಂತ ಅಂತಾರೆ. Any doubts? Okay. So lymph is first point colorless. Color ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, like water. You can think lymph as like that. It is colorless. Lymph absorbs and transports fat from intestine. So intestine, we have learned intestine. So whatever the fat lymph absorbs, lymph absorbs and transport. Absorb madidati, transport madidati. Absorb and transport fat, whatever fats under oily food, you can think like that, from intestine. So that is also its second work. It absorbs and transports fat from intestine. Third, it drains away the excess tissue metabolism. Excess tissue metabolism ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೇನು ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಒಳಗೆ ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಸಮ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ನನಗೆ. This point I will think and tell tomorrow. One point. Excess tissue metabolism. Till here you understood? Any doubts? Lymph? Okay. Right till here. Tomorrow once again I will teach this lymph. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಬಂದು ತೋರಿಸಿ ಅದಂಗೆ ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Right.